Hello folks, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Absurdities here with Singing Quinn, who is just having a wonderful day. Moving rather slowly, but having a wonderful day doing it. I've been just tweaking a little bit, trying to get rid of a few paths across the map. I don't think it's really necessary to eliminate all of the ladders, but I'm definitely taking out lines of them where the function isn't really necessary. In fact, I think I'm gonna knock that one out. We're gonna knock out this one. We're gonna leave that one because it leads to transit tube. But you know, stuff like these ladders, while they don't go anywhere, and I suppose it's not really that important, I just want them gone for my sanity. Oh, pardon me. So we have problems. I mean, this is all a big problem. Let's be real. I didn't really plan out long-term structures, with the exception of maybe something like this. And you know, this was kind of meant to be permanent, but now I'm thinking like we built it in the space we had, and now we have a lot more space to play with. We may consider reciting, I guess, the cooling loop, but I don't know. It's kind of okay where it is. It's just, you know, nothing lines up. Everything's kind of chaotic, and that's okay to a degree. But I need to do some organization, and one of the things I think will really help is if we eliminate this bunch of coal generators that is all just down here kind of willy-nilly. Like, these ones are a little more focused, as you can imagine. But we still have dupes delivering coal to the bins manually, which they're keeping up with. But I think we go and make a real power station. And I wasn't quite sure whereabouts to do it. Partly because, like, I had thought maybe here. I just... you know, looking at this whole bit, it was really informed by the volcano placement, so there was only so much we could do there. By the way, this is not actually producing heat right now, simply because our power situation is not amazing. And when they stop getting power, we end up sending the hot water right through into the circuit. And that's no good. That's worse than no good. It's really quite bad. So I'm gonna change things here a little bit. We can cancel that one. We're gonna need some bridges, because I'm gonna automate this to sense the temperature and then go back down. So we're gonna get automation. Would it be under plumbing, this one? Liquid pipe thermal sensor is indeed there. Okay, let's reroute this. Yeah, I'm gonna want this done all on priority 8. Those, yeah, we'll put them back down. Although really, I should have this turned off, the power control station, because it's not really doing anything at this time. It's fine. It's a little aluminum. What could go wrong? Certainly we're not gonna run out. Thank you very much, Jace, and I know someone else told me about this before, and I was just too stupid, I guess, to really figure it out. But yeah, move to. Now I don't remember what I was trying to do or why, but you know, I can have them move this Murph leaf up to here. If I needed them to do that, you can do that with with these guys as well. So I think just being able to wrangle and move a thing into a space without having to put down a critter drop-off is certainly a very handy thing to do. Okay, so that's been fixed. Well, fixed. It's been moved. Thermo sensor, we're gonna put there. Liquid shut-off. What do we... I haven't left enough space. I haven't left enough space. I need to probably not shoehorn it into this space, but we'll make it work. Okay, new plan. We're gonna have it hop over here, read the temperature, do the shut off, and then what? Okay. Read the temperature, do the shut off, and then go back and rejoin the cooling loop if it's yeah. Yeah, actually this works. This works. My brain doesn't work, but this works. Trying to get over my sniffles here. So through here, thermosensor, liquid shut off, and maybe the shut off would go here because we want it to be below a certain temperature, and that temperature should be pretty similar to whatever this is set at. So if we say like 22 degrees, then great. Into there. If it is cold enough, it goes out. If not, it goes into the reservoir again. And then we come back and join our loop here. What is the deal with this cell of water anyways? I think it just expanded into there. Yeah, you can see power is a bit of an issue. So we're going to fix this, and then we're going to build a power plant. I still haven't decided where. I am thinking of defining a leftmost line, probably in line with this tile here. Which seems to work if we carry that idea across the base. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll make that an outer limit. Looks like that kind of works with that too. So we'll leave 4 there. This can end up being like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click. Yeah, this will be the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click. And we'll make that work. I might have to recite these deodorizers. We're generating a fair amount of polluted oxygen down here, and what's to say we couldn't be smarter about this too? I think it's going to be a space of 4. Yeah, it's a space of 4 between. Like so. So this little cesspool pit of stink will get cleaned up as it goes up. Alright. It's alright, it's okay. New printables. What you got? Plastic. Oh yes, and we have our first arbor acorn. I realized I was passing them up and we didn't have any. And I thought, ooh, okay, Pip Ranch. So maybe that in the future, but it's not necessary right now. Food is still doing good. We still got tons of barbecue, tons of cooked seafood. It's nice, but we want to turn that into surf and turf along the line here. This has obviously been kind of dug out, and I've decided to wall off the one side. We'll make a proper enclosure for it. And we do also have this water geyser. And this guy, right? So rather than running them 3 off of the base cooling loop, I think we split that again. We have a cooling loop for the base, which tries to keep things, say, at 25 degrees. And then we have a loop for these 3 water sources. Because they're all fairly local to each other. And we manage that, as it were. Yeah. It's gonna take time. Again, if I get some dupes in here doing work soon, I'll try and show you guys what's happening. Other than cycle leg. Alright, Twisted Soul is coming in here to do a thing, and you can see the pause after doing a job. It's maybe not the 1-2 seconds I thought it was, but it is certainly close to a second where they stand and think, and that is definitely slowing things down. Obviously, getting around the base is not the easiest thing to do either. We've put in transit tubes to cut down on long distance travel, but you know, it is what it is. There's only so far you can go with that, I think, other than just managing locations of stuff. Okay, this is coming along. We are actually going to need that power in there. What is that being built? It looked like power cable to me, but no, it's the pipe. And this really should be running every once in a while to generate some heat. Rather than circulate it back for now. Yeah, that needs to actually go like that, doesn't it? And then that can be removed. Alright, this has to be built. It just has to happen. Come on, Jace. Oh, so close. Oh, we gotta link up that automation as well. Do I not have automation behind there? I do. Why don't I just select it out of the build menu? I don't know. I prefer to copy things, I guess. What are we making this out of anyways? Copper still? Yeah, we should be switching over to aluminum for little jobs like this. There we go. Had to turn down the volume that I'm hearing because I feel like I'm shouting at you guys when I would zoom in like this, and this would get louder. Okay, we're good to go there. Let's copy that, only change it to like 25. Because if those packets sneak through, it's not that big a deal. But when a 60-degree packet sneaks through, or a base temperature, which in here is actually only 38 degrees. But they would sit around and gain heat, and not good. Okay. Has that got you all straightened out now? Oh, it's got no, right. I've got to say if you're too hot, you go back into the reservoir. And there we go. We're sending packets because they're cold enough. So it's just a failsafe to stop from making a big temperature bomb in here, because the sand thing happened more than once, and it was really quite annoying. Yes, very annoying. So coming back out of there, it's only 48 degrees. I feel like this makes it a much more stable system. That is... I guess what happens is when there's no power, this is not going to let any water through anyways. So it'll just cycle through to the liquid reservoir. Now, the one thing I guess I don't really like about how this is set up would be that this has priority over the return line. That's actually a problem. Who's traps? Where are you traps? What you talking about? Jace, you really like to do this to yourself, sir. In this case, it's forgiven. There's actually no ladder there for you to get down, and there's sandstone below you, so go ahead and build that, and you'll be good to go, man. There we go. Back at it. Back in the saddle again. Alright, that's gonna do a lot better. Yeah, there was a layer starting here that I put these guys back in. And it appears it's working anyways, because of all this that I want to get dug out. We're kind of flooding the bottom. I don't mind that much. In fact, I'll use some inefficient labor here and mop up water to a level. Oh, this guy's covered. I guess that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? So be it. We should probably have another layer or two. That's too close, isn't it? Yeah, that's how that'll go. We'll get one more just there. Just trying to keep things clean, man. Alright, what's going on here? Disabled by automation grid. Okay, so the water is cold enough, but it's saying it's not cold enough. Okay, if the water's below 25 degrees, it's good to go. That was set wrong. Yeah, that could have been problematic. Okay. Cool. I do have to fix this, though. Now, we could put in a second reservoir as a primary intake from this buffer, and that's honestly not the worst idea. The only problem is this has got a ton of water in it. We can't empty storage on it. Trying to cram stuff into there. I'm pretty sure it just drops a big bottle, though. How can we do that without doing that? Well, we'd have to snip that first of all, and probably run a line up here, because we got to make a big bridge network where, not a big bridge network, but say a bridge here and a bridge here. And to get to that bridge, we've got a bridge there. Okay. That's how we salvage it. It's spaghetti. It's 100% spaghetti. But I'm okay with that. You make it work. And I think we can deconstruct that bridge so we're not confusing things. There's a pipe under there that needs to be emptied. Probably needs to be emptied. Yeah, it's got 10 kilograms of polluted water in it. Marked for emptying. Okay. It's really... I mean, it's... I think those red warnings shouldn't really happen on something that's just, you know, it's just queued for happening. It's not, there's not a problem with it. Like this, there's an obvious problem. It has no power. You know. Not enough steam, and, generator idle. Okay, we gotta sever this. Looks good. It is and it isn't. I think I run into the same issue. Is the whole system is going to stop. I suppose it's better that it stops very briefly, because we're overloaded in the output, because it'll only go for so long. I'm waiting for this to hit a cycle where it's... I think what I have to do now is tune this. What am I looking at here? Craziness. That is just craziness. Okay, 48 degrees, 53. And it's pretty stable at 53, 54. But we want more. We want more heat out of it. So down here, up over. $78. We're getting there. Now we're getting somewhere. The idea is to make these, all three of these run so we get a stable 200 degrees of steam in here. And then tune these so that they will produce, well, at least almost enough power to cover their operation. What's temperature like in there? 92.1. We're getting close to steam. That'll be great. And like I said, we can go further with this. Grab that pipe up there. Snip, snip. 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 And then back down. Let's try the whole thing. The whole dance party. That gets us 98.1 degrees. That makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. It sure does. I think we're gonna let it out right there and call that close enough. Okay. Now what did we have happening? Yeah, so this is where it'll experience delays. It's waiting for the output of the cooling loop over there to go into the reservoir before it can then return the packets back down. And again, if I could put another reservoir in line there, it would be a lot better. Because then one reservoir could take the overflow from this line, one reservoir could take the overflow from this line. And the system doesn't have to stop. Yeah, what is happening? Why is it being allowed through? This is blocked up. This should go like that, but this should be cooling. That's got 14 degree water. So it's rated as cold enough. It's just not allowed to get back into that system. I have a feeling something's wrong. I mean, something's obviously wrong. Alright, give me a second on this one. So I'm gonna go back and compare it to Nathan's design. Alright, as far as I can tell, the design is correct, but I think because of the shenanigans we've had going on, I need to let it empty out. So let's stop feeding it for a second. Let all this crap drain out of it. And then restart the system again. I'm gonna fix that pipe there, and then reconnect that through here. And that should restore the timing to where it needs to be. Now, let me check the temperatures on these. Okay. 50 degree polluted water. 2 degree, 36 degree. It's, the system is great when it works properly, but it doesn't always work properly, which is why this redundancy is necessary. Alright, we're gonna fix it with 2 of these reservoirs. And I'll bring it back in a sec. Okay, I've stripped out all the extra piping that is in there. And we are ready to then, I guess we'll come in here for that line, and this line will come here. Output, I guess it doesn't really matter where we go next. So I want that to have priority. So maybe we just do an even split from the reservoirs back in. And that takes care of that. That should do the job. And then we're going to want to fill this back up. Okay. What are we missing here? Why is that saying out? What? What? I guess the reservoir needs to be built. Okay. That was confusing me for a second. Of course, the reservoir isn't built. It's got nowhere to go. Okay, let's start filling that thing up. And it'll start running. And I think we just split that off, so we have... That's not how that's gonna work. I am looking at the radiant pipe that's there, and I'm never seeing anything above about 15 degrees, 16 degrees. Because we know timing with this system with the aqua tuners is not perfect, but it does seem to be a lot better with a powered shutoff like that. Yeah, I'm seeing no inconsistencies in terms of, you know, it suddenly hitting 40 degrees over top of what the sensors would allow through. So that's good. And we do have what looks like, I guess, a full system. So let's just snip that off. We don't need to fill it too much. It's not a system that's going to expand anytime soon, so... As long as it can flow through here and back up here a little bit, then we're great. We're gravy. Okay, what's happening here though? Oh, I broke it. That's what happened. I broke it. Okay, obviously that was too many. Oh my gosh, look at the sand. Did anyone see that happening? Was I just so focused over there? Okay, we're gonna cut that back a ways. And now that we kind of have a new equilibrium, we'll see how it goes. That poor sand, though, is gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, let's, Oh, that's a lot of steam in there, though. Never mind. I have this blocked off right now, at least denied access. You can only exit. It's going to be leaking heat like mad again, so I'm just going to let it run and do its thing. And that should be okay. That really should be insulated, that tile. Oh, we're getting heat damage again. How? It's so inconsistent. Why? Why, though? Oh, it's stopping. Because of this. It's the exact same scenario, more or less. See, I would rather that... Yeah, that's the issue, is it sits there in the heat. I would rather that be the other way around. I would totally rather that be the other way around. We're gonna have to kind of bust out of this area to make it happen. I don't actually want to stop the system yet. I think I'd rather stop it from up here. Yeah, this is all gonna blow up now. If it doesn't get moving. Yeah, okay. I do have to stop it here. Get that water out of there. Thank you very much. Okay, and then at that point, I can come in and make that a secondary priority. No, that's still going to be first priority. Shoot. Is it? I think I did that backwards. Let's test it. Let's find out if I'm a dumb. What is this saying? No liquid output. Oh. Oh, I need a pipe built there? That's a problem. There we go, leg on. Making the thing happen. Okay, run that through. I've run into the same issue here, though. I have to let that system kind of empty out. Because, when we screw up the timing of it, it just stops working. Okay, that should be better. Aha, yeah, I did it backwards. I did it backwards. I need to... Gosh, we're just so cramped on space here. I need to kind of explode out again. Okay, shut her down. Let it finish up its thing. And then what we're going to have is, so, of course, the first green has priority, so this ends up being the first green. We want it to be the second green by putting it there. If that makes any sense at all. So it could be prettier. I'm not gonna lie, but we don't have access to over here really without breaking down a wall, so we'll just make do with the spaghetti. And learn from the mistakes, because I'm kind of re-engineering the whole thing here. Okay, I think we're good. Get that going. Yeah, I would like these swept, please. Okay, now, in theory, in practice, we should be able to run this system without fear of it exploding in sand and steam inside the volcano area. 100% of the time. And I'm waiting for that case there. Yes, we've sent that packet through. It is waiting, but that's going to screw up the timing in there. I need a reservoir. Son of a gun. That is actually the solution, would be a reservoir down here, and then release it back in. We're just spilling out all over the place. Maybe we put the reservoir over here, because this, as it stands right now, is just all from the construction process. It doesn't need to exist anymore. So let's start cleaning this junk out. Mop this oil up. Get it back to its home. We're going to get rid of some of these extra ladders, which don't need to be there. And we'll throw a reservoir over here, and then I don't have to worry about that anymore, because I don't want to have to worry about this system. I want it to just work all the time. And to be honest, the reservoirs, they will average out the temperature of stuff going in, right? So if we're taking out heat at such a rate, like, it should find an average in the reservoirs, which will then continue to be cooled down over time. Because the cooling is actually really effective on this rate. We got overloaded pretty easily when we were cooling steam and cooling the base and cooling coal generators. That was all overwhelmed pretty easily. So yeah, I'm trying to find just a more robust, foolproof system here. And, well, when you're a bit of a fool, it takes a little time. Alright, let me get this fixed up. Alright, managed to stop the recording rather than pause it there somehow in between, so I get to edit. Just to show you this, basically. We have that reservoir in there so that we will no longer have a system backup. I'm going to restore this back to its former glory, if you will, where the cooling loop takes priority, and then this will back up into the reservoir. Yeah. Let me just do that, you know, with movie magic. So here we are, the buffer is in place. Getting rid of the bridge madness because it's not necessary. Other than making sure that the cooling loop now has priority for this bit. And if this needs to back up, it does it into a reservoir instead of leaving water in the hot zone. Don't know what happened to my voice there. In the hot zone. And turning into steam and sand and becoming just a massive annoyance that takes, I don't know, it takes a few cycles anyways to vacuum this out with this unpowered setup. To the point where I might speed it up a little bit. We'll cut 3 seconds off of that. And, you know, I never did go and fine-tune these. These can all be 4 seconds. You know. Just freak out while all that happens. Pretty sure those were all 5 seconds in there. Yeah, just this one has the longer 17 seconds to allow the steam to actually get in there. I feel like we have room for 3 seconds. And this could even be back to... I don't know, it could be back to 10, really, because as long as this thing is crushing... Yeah. As long as it's crushing, it's going to be pulling stuff in. Yeah, we just deleted 12 grams or so at a time, so... I mean, it really is slightly more efficient, I think, if we give it a few extra seconds to let stuff in there. But hey, there we go. I'm so glad, even if it cost me a whole episode, I'm so glad that I've made this a more robust system. For really, the only power cost was this liquid shutoff, 10 watts, to make it a better system, and we're starting to produce power from it. Not a lot. Definitely not a lot yet. Well, 460 watts. And it's coming up, right? So we need to let this system run for a good long time. And to let it do its thing. What are you bing-binging about? Someone's trapped. Yep. Yeah, Jace, you're trapped again. Woohoo! What do we have there? Igneous rock. Alright. You make yourself a couple ladders out of igneous rock. And we don't have to speak of it again. I really should go through this whole thing and put the ladders on a higher priority. But, yeah. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. All right, that's going to be it for this one. I may even do a double episode today because I never built the power thing. So, yeah, rather than having that become a between episodes kind of thing that I do, I think I'll just continue recording. So I'll stop there. I'll release this ASAP, but it's going to take some editing, so that takes a bit. But yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you to YouTube members and Patreon patrons. I really appreciate the support, guys. Please, if you want to support the channel and you can't do any of those things, definitely subscribe. Most people aren't, and you know what? It just takes about 140 of you to get to me to my goal for the year. Honestly, my goal for the year, it's just a low bar considering the growth rate. But yeah, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm a real boy with a real nose. Now, then I get ad revenue from YouTube instead of all that ad revenue just going into Jeff Bezos' pocket. Because not, you know, he's got enough. He can make giant dick-shaped rockets, so we don't, yeah, he doesn't need it. All right, anyways. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye.